In a quaint neighborhood on the outskirts of a bustling city, two houses stood side by side. On one side lived Amina, a first-generation immigrant from Morocco, who had moved to the country with dreams of providing a better life for her family. On the other side resided John, a lifelong resident of the neighborhood, a man in his late 40s who had lived in the same house since childhood. Despite living so close, they had exchanged only polite nods and occasional greetings, each too busy with their own lives to connect with the other. One day, a flyer landed in both their mailboxes, announcing a community project to renovate the neighborhood park. The initiative aimed to bring residents together, promoting unity and collaboration among diverse backgrounds. John, feeling the urge to break out of his monotonous routine, decided to volunteer. Amina, wanting her children to feel more integrated, also signed up. The first day of the project arrived, and both neighbors found themselves at the park, surrounded by a mix of community members. The air buzzed with excitement as people gathered to share ideas and plans for the park's transformation. As Amina arrived with her two children, she felt a wave of nervousness wash over her. John noticed her hesitance and offered a reassuring smile. "Hi, I'm John," he said, walking over. "Are you excited about the project?" "I'm Amina," she replied. "I hope it goes well for the kids." John nodded. "They'll have a blast. We're planning to create a playground, a garden, and even a community mural. It's a chance for everyone to contribute." As the day progressed, Amina and John found themselves working side by side, digging holes for new trees and planting flowers. John was surprised by Amina's strength and determination, while Amina admired John's easygoing nature. They began to share stories about their lives. Amina spoke about her journey from Morocco and her struggles, while John opened up about his family history. Over the next few weeks, their friendship blossomed as they collaborated on the project. Amina introduced John to Moroccan cuisine, inviting him for dinner and sharing her family's traditions. John reciprocated by inviting Amina and her children to neighborhood barbecues, helping them feel more at home. One evening, while they were working late to finish the mural, Amina revealed her fears about raising her children in a new country. "Sometimes I worry that they won't fit in," she confessed. John listened attentively. "I can understand that. Your children are bright and full of energy. They'll make friends easily. Besides, we're all in this together now." His words comforted Amina. They had started as mere neighbors, but were becoming friends who supported one another through shared experiences. As the project neared completion, the neighborhood came together for a grand unveiling of the newly renovated park. Families gathered, children played, and laughter filled the air. Amina and John stood side by side, beaming with pride at their hard work. During the celebration, the community's diversity shone brightly. People mingled, sharing food and stories, united by the common goal of creating a better space for their children. Amina and John found themselves in the center of it all, their friendship a symbol of what could be achieved when barriers were broken. However, as the project came to an end, John faced a difficult decision. His construction company had been offered a lucrative contract in another city, requiring him to relocate. The thought of leaving the neighborhood and the connections he had forged weighed heavily on him. One evening, he decided to confide in Amina. They sat on a bench in the park, watching the children play. "Amina, I have some news. I've been offered a job in another city. It's a great opportunity, but it means leaving this place behind," he said. Amina turned to him, surprise etched on her face. "When do you have to decide?" "I have a few weeks, but I don't want to leave without saying goodbye to you and your family. You've become an important part of my life," John replied. Amina felt a lump in her throat. "You've done so much for me and my children. I don't want to lose our friendship, but I understand that you have to do what's best for you." They sat in silence, each lost in their thoughts. Finally, Amina spoke up. "Maybe this isn't goodbye. We can stay in touch. You can visit us, and we can continue to build our friendship, no matter where you are." John nodded, feeling relief. "You're right. This friendship is worth keeping, no matter the distance." As the days passed, John prepared for his move, ensuring Amina and her family knew they would always have a friend in him. He promised to come back to visit and began to plan future gatherings. Their friendship had transcended the boundaries of culture and circumstance. On his last day in the neighborhood, John hosted a farewell gathering at the park, inviting everyone involved in the project. The atmosphere was bittersweet, filled with laughter and shared memories. Amina stood beside him, proud of the journey they had taken together. As the sun set, John spoke to the crowd. "This neighborhood has taught me so much about community and understanding. I'll carry these lessons with me wherever I go." Amina stepped forward, her eyes glistening with emotion. "You've been a bridge for our families, showing us that despite our differences, we can come together and create something beautiful." "Thank you, John." As he drove away, John glanced in the rearview mirror, seeing the park fade into the distance. He knew that while physical distance might separate them, the bond he had forged with Amina and the community would last a lifetime. With each visit, they would continue to strengthen the bridge between their worlds, proving that friendship knows no boundaries. In the end, Amina and John's story became a testament to the power of community and the connections that unite us, reminding us that when we reach out to one another, we can build bridges that last a lifetime. Amina began to share their story with others in the community, inspiring more people to join the park project and foster connections among neighbors. John's new job turned out to be the beginning of his own journey, where he shared his experiences of friendship and unity, encouraging others to break down barriers in their communities. As months turned into years, John returned to visit Amina and her family, bringing new friends and stories from his new life. Each visit reminded them both that the bonds they formed during that community project were a foundation for lasting friendships. Amina's children grew up learning about the beauty of diversity, knowing that true connection can transcend any divide. Their story served as a beacon of hope, proving that when people come together, they can create a brighter future for all.